Each time he called me, he will always tell me to forgive him. Whatever he has done to me, that I should forgive him. And I saw someone that needed my help. My father was too weak that there is no way I wouldn't have helped him. I have what he needed. He's my father anyway, and my mother has always told me to forgive him, that most of what happened wasn't his fault, even though I didn't want to believe my mother. But the situation I found my father before he left, there is no way. No one with a heart will let it go. No way.
Very good.
There is no way.
Very good. And you all can hear a bit of time, because again, that whole thing,
there is no way.
You have to. So for those of you who, I don't know if all of you know Halle Berry. She's an actress. She's in America. She has a situation where I don't know, just been abused that, or he neglected that. Grace, thank you for joining. This man, I think he abandoned her and her mother. But I think that was also after abusing the mother for a little bit. But then when she, Ify Kevin says, don't cry. Yeah, she's crying because it's that memory. But then again, sometimes when you relieve things, it makes you, yeah, it's just, that's how you express, you know. So Halle Berry, I remember then she became a big, what have you. And then what happens was the man was now dying. And he was trying to, Esther knows Berry, and she says she loves her films. Wonderful. And that's another of my co-hosts, Esther. Esther, how are you, love? So the man was dying. This many years ago, many years ago. This was like late 90s or mid 90s. And the guy was asking for her help. And she refused. She's like, oh, you don't, my mom and I suffered. There was no help. We became literally like beggars, you know, and now you want to come out and say, well, that's my daughter on the screen, and you want my help. Eventually she did not, you know. I mean, news carried it, that's what they said. I don't know, I'm not her friend. Hopefully one day maybe we'll be friends, but so I can ask her, but I'm not her friend. But eventually the man died, you know. So does that make her, I just want to juxtapose that. Does that make her a bad person, though?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. There is still a pain in her.
Yes.
There is pain in her. You know, the journey between my father and I was so long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as I told you, I came to France 1996. Immediately, my father started asking after me already. You see, so from 1996, 2005 that I bought a house, the year 2000, I think 4 or 5 years later, I bought a house for them. Before then, my father the process has started. Immediately I left, I think everything was so clear to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he started, the process was long anyway, it wasn't easy. It wasn't, forgiving my father was not under 2 or 3 years. I tell you, the final year, I decided to talk to God, and I called him. I said, Daddy, I forgive you. He was on his bed, sick bed.
Yes.
We were taking him from one hospital in Benin City to the other, until we got the best hospital for him, and it was the year 2018. You see the process? I left 1996, 2018. August. I called him, I told him, I forgive you from the bottom of my heart. You will be fine. Everything is going to be fine. We'll do everything. So the president, I don't know what happened to that. Maybe the father disappeared, and all of a sudden he came out one day, just because, you know, it depends. I come across a case like this, as some people grow up without father. After maybe 40 years, the man will just come out and say, I'm your daughter. So it's very difficult to forgive cases like this, you know. But my father case, he started the process little by little, you know, but the pain, me, I was still in that pain. I was still hesitating. And, you know, with some little rumors I still hear about him sometimes. Well, until he fell down, and this time he was really weak, and there was no choice for me.
Yes.
To forgive him.
The thing about forgiveness
no
is
choice.
Expressing. The forgiveness is not so much for him. The forgiveness is for you, to liberate you, to free you. People need to understand that. You know, when you forgive, I've had been in a situation where I had to forgive. It was to so I can move on. People sometimes don't understand. For those that haven't done, try it. When you free yourself, it frees your mind. It frees your. You're not held.
Another healing too. Yeah, healing
Is a healing. It's and then it opens you too, whether you believe it or not. It opens doors of, you know, because forgiveness is like someone said. You know how someone is. Oh my God. I think it's one pastor that said this. I think it was T.D. Jakes. For those that know T.D. Jakes, it was saying honestness is when you're drinking poison, hoping somebody, the person you hate, to die. Unforgiveness. Does that make sense, guys? Unforgiveness is when you are drinking the poison and you're hoping the person you hate to die. You're killing yourself. So forgive them so you can leave. Okay. Hola, Posse. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. So so you broke limits. I am so happy because I started with you. Abies is going to be back because there's something she also shared with me, but I'm not in that segment yet. But it's about female infertility, right? It's something that was you. We're going to talk about that. Bring it in here yet, but there's something, because I do have pertaining to that, people wanting me to talk about that, because that's another thing women go through too. You know, women also go through, whether we believe it or not, this a female. There's so many. I get people writing things we need to talk about, things breaking limits. A lot of things that hold women back. My big thing for breaking women, please support other women. Support other women. So in your support network to bring you to where you are today, how was it? Did you have a lot of male friends or family supporting you? Did I help you? Were there more women than men? Your support.
This for me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Support network.
Yes. Do you have more females? Because I'm curious to know that. Because one of the things I do get in letters, people writing to, is that, and I've seen that. I've seen it. I've talked about it a lot. Women don't support women.
I support women. I support women.
I'm talking.
I've been to Africa. I was in Nigeria last year. I visit Nigeria since about 2 or 3 years now. Once every year, I'm always in Nigeria. Nothing has changed about the way they treat women. And in France here, it's even getting worse here in France. We have what we have anti-femme, anti-women. The men, you know, they just believe they are on top. They have anti-women. They are married to so they believe that you have no right to defend and talk. These are white. These are French. They kill. Even now, 2 weeks ago, a wife has disappeared into a thin air. 2 months ago, the same thing happened, and the same man was even helping the police, this community, looking for his wife, not knowing he was the one that killed his wife, until they started, with some proof. So we have what we call anti-women. I think the women are still a victim here more than the men. The men, the abuse for the men, I think is about maybe 10%. 10%. 10%. But when it comes to the female, if you ask me, sorry, I know I'm supporting men, but I give it 80% support to the women more.
Okay, so Abies, I hear what you say, but my question was, do you think so in that situation where you have the anti-fam, I can't even believe they align those kind of people to carry on. But do you think women support women enough?
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Now, you know, a woman can go and talk, and is that same woman that will say, or even go and gossip, talk about.
If you tell them your story, they will use it against you.
So why is that? That's why do women do that?
Ignorance,
Mhm.
ignorance.